Welcome back to another Lochside Ranch review. We're going to review this Logitech MX Master wireless mouse. I've bought this same mouse, I don't know how many times, like 3 or 4 times. And of course they last for years and years. But sometimes I lose them or I break it, I'll drop it or it'll, I'll be going somewhere and it'll somehow, I'll go traveling and it won't make it back with me, but I always buy the same one. I have two, I always buy Logitech for my keyboards and for my mice and just a lot of my peripherals. I've been purchasing Logitech products since the 90s, okay? Since I started having computers in the 90s, Logitech has always done right by me. And it's kind of weird, but like I'm a total fanboy of the brand Logitech. I have like sentimental, memories wrapped up with Logitech products, but this particular mouse, I'll tell you all the reasons that I like it, and then I'll tell you that, let's start actually with the cons, okay? So this is not a sponsored video or anything, but if you want to support the channel, please consider, if you want to buy this or anything else on Amazon, consider clicking the link in the video description. It won't cost you anything more, but the links help us a lot. All right, groovy. So here's what I don't like about this mouse. And this is a big one, okay? If you have dual computers, which I had for a long time, I had my laptop sitting here and then my desktop is underneath this desk. But I had my laptop here and that was a screen. And then I had my PC here and that was a screen. And that's different than dual monitors. If you just have dual monitors, you can use one mouse and you just mouse over to the other screen and mouse back here. But if you have dual computers, you can flip between 3 different computers using this button right here, okay? You just sync up the Bluetooth to both of the computers, and here's what you do. You're using one, and now I want to go over there and use that one. What do? I do just like this. Click, click, just like that. Click, click, switch it to 2, okay? If I had a third computer, I could go this, click. Now I'm on number 3. And if I want to get back to 1 or 2, let's say I want to go back to 2, flip, I look at it, and bing, bing. I do it again, just 2 more times. So you probably can't see, but there's an indicator, 1, 2, 3 on here that allows you to know which device you're on. That is fantastic. The problem is I don't like having to look at the bottom of my mouse every time I do that. And I would much prefer if that was up here on top somewhere with like a roller or a button that I could press right here and I could see what device I'm on. I don't like having to flip this over. Especially, there was a time when I was like doing 2 jobs at once, and I was doing this 100 times a day, and it just got annoying. So now I have dual monitors. They both run off of my PC, so I don't really have that problem anymore. But that is one improvement I would make to this mouse. If I have any criticism. There's one more criticism that I would make to this mouse. It's very quiet, but I would almost prefer if the tactile nature of the click was like a little bit more. Like if it clicked, if it wasn't so soft, if the click was like a little bit more firm, I wouldn't mind. I don't want it to be any more noisy, like it's quite quiet, and that's good. But yeah, I feel like the travel of the click, if it was a little bit more, that would be good. There's another thing that I've kind of noticed with this mouse. If you press down on this wheel, it puts it into like spin mode, okay? So you press down, and that's actually a button. It's very useful. It's like a middle mouse button. You just press this down. And once you click it down, like right now it's clicking, okay? You feel it kind of like snapping to the different positions. And that can be useful. If you press it all the way down, maybe I can do this. I've pressed it all the way down and I can spin it. It's like in free mode. What's this? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's this button right here that puts it in free mode. That's snappy, that's free. Okay. Sometimes when it's in free mode, I feel like there might be times when it kind of jacks with my scrolling. So you just got to be careful about when you put it in free spin mode or not. That could just be me, not because I don't use that very often. Maybe if I used it more, I wouldn't find it problematic. And I don't even know how to describe the problem that I'm having. It might not be a problem at all. I don't know. But, okay, so here's another issue that I find with this mouse, which is that over time, and I'm talking like a year or more, you can end up having a little issue with it not clicking, okay, and you have to replace it. I'd say about 2 years. If you're using the mouse heavily for 2 years, it might get to a point where your clicking is like not clicking because it's, and I feel like that is part of the very small travel is part of that. Like it just kind of gets worn out, I guess. But I tell you what, during that 2 years, this mouse is the bomb. All right, so that's all the bad stuff. I'm going to tell you now the stuff that I really like about this mouse. Oh, there's one more thing I would mention that could be a pro, could be a con, but it's a trade-off. This mouse is kind of big, okay? So I like to take this mouse with me for, like, I'm about to tell you all the reasons I like it, which is, you know, I work from a cafe a lot, and if I'm out of the office, I still want to take this mouse because I love using it so much, but it's a little bit big. So, and also it's expensive. That's another thing, right? So it sells on Amazon right now for $135.18. Oh man, I don't know if I said all the stuff about this mouse. Let me first get to the description of the mouse, okay? This is the description on Amazon. Logitech MX Master 3S wireless mouse, standard edition with Logitech Bolt USB receiver, ultra fast scrolling, ergo, 8K DPI, track on glass, quiet clicks, USB-C, Bluetooth, Windows, Linux, Chrome, graphite, sold from the Logitech store. 12,073 reviews as of today on Amazon, 4.4 out of 5-star ratings, currently priced at $135.18, qualifies for Prime 2-day delivery, free delivery, Prime free 2-day delivery, okay? And it comes with a USB receiver, but it also has Bluetooth, okay? And the Bluetooth can flip between 3 different devices. And as I'd mentioned, it works on all surfaces pretty much, works on glass surfaces. All right, so I've kind of begun to discuss the cons or trade-offs, if you will. Let me now talk about all the ways that this thing is amazing. And I think it's just for me, there's a reason I just keep buying it over and over and over. I've bought other mouses. This is my favorite by far. The build quality is top-notch. Logitech as a brand, I stand by them, and I always try to buy their products, all their peripherals, because they never let me down. Everything I've ever bought from Logitech, I have been very pleased with the quality. Also, I feel like there have been times when I reached out on rare occasions to customer support about something, and I got a good experience. They have software that you can use that I feel the quality of the software is good as well. I feel, and I've been buying their stuff since the 90s, I feel like Logitech is a company made for gamers. I feel like it's got to be stocked with gamers. I feel like the folks that work at Logitech have to have been in this game for a long time, and they themselves must use these products because they are like built for folks that really like kind of power users. That's how it feels, in my opinion. Of course, they make a lot of consumer level stuff, but like this, dude, this mouse is a serious mouse, okay? here's all the stuff it does. Aside from this, I don't even know where to start, but basically it's got the left and right click. Okay. It's very quiet in the clicks, right? So if you're around other people, they're not going to hear you clicking. It's got this button right here that controls if this is going to free spin or kind of snappy spin. You press down this mouse button and it is the additional third middle click. It's got two more buttons over here. So these, you can map them to however you want, but like straight out of the box, typically if you click this one and you use your thumb here, if you were to click this one closest to me, then it goes back. So if you're navigating some browser, for example, or like a lot of applications, this is like a go back button. And this one is a go forward button. It's super useful. This right here is like a side scroller. So if your screen like is over there, and a lot of apps are like this, for example, video editing, this thing is the bomb for video editing because there's like a track, there's a timeline, and you want to scroll way over there. Also, for example, if you're doing something like project programming and there's a calendar and a date and it's like here and the furthest date is off your screen, you use this to side scroll over there. Very, very useful. This as well, believe it or not, you press down this, that is another button, and it is factory mapped to, if you have Windows, it will show you all the other screens that you might have. Like if you have applications on other screens, you press this. Of course, because the software is so good, you can map all these buttons to different buttons if you want, right? And I've mentioned that the it can connect to 3 different devices. That's fine. It comes with a USB, and Logitech has this thing called like Universal or something like that, but it doesn't have to map just to Bluetooth. It can map to USB as well. Also, as you can see, it's wireless. Dude, this battery lasts a very long time. I don't know how many weeks, maybe months I can go between ever charging this thing. I would say at least 30 days. Now, I could be wrong about that, but it's got to be something close to that. But all I need to do to charge it is I just charge it with, where's my USB thing? You can just charge it with any USB-C cord. So, it just puts right in here. Bada bing, bada boom. You can keep using it while it's charging. Or you just plug it in, you go have lunch, or you go home for the day or whatever, and the next day you're going to be good to go, fully charged. It's really nice. I've never had any issue with the wireless charging of this thing. So, or the charging of this, or the battery life, I should say. On my hand, I kind of have big hands. You may or may not like the way that this is kind of higher, but that's how the hand naturally sits, and it's got some weight to it, so you may or may not like that. These pads, it has 4 slick, I don't know what kind of material this is, some kind of polypropylene, rubbery type of pads, and they do collect a little bit of gunk and grime, but that's just because it's collecting it on your surface. And all you have to do to get rid of that is you just scratch it like this and just push it off, and they're good as new. You could get a rag and like wipe it if you wanted to. You could lick your finger and scrub it if you wanted to, and they'd be good as new, okay? So, man, I love this thing. It works on any surface, as I said before, and I'm going to keep buying these probably until they stop making them. I have zero interest to find a new mouse, even if there are better mice out there. And this video is not sponsored or anything like that. I'm just telling you, there are some products, right? I review all kinds of stuff on this channel, Everything that I review, I use. But this one holds a special place in my heart because I'm a gamer, or I was. I don't play games so much anymore, although I'd like to get back into that once I have a little bit more time. But I just love Logitech, man. I love the brand, and I love being able to come on here and tell you that I stand by this product so much. In fact, I lost it, but I always buy the same keyboard, which is a Logitech. I think it might be an MX Master keyboard as well. It's wireless, also extremely high quality. So anyways, if you are in the market for an awesome mouse, I would highly recommend this one. All right. It's $135 on Amazon. I understand that is expensive. You'll probably, ideally, you have a home office or something like that, and you can deduct it. You can make it a business deductible expense. By the way, I am a bookkeeper, and you can go to bookkeepingconroe.com if you want help with your bookkeeping or setting up a business, a home office, or anything like that will help you make everything that you buy for your home office tax deductible. All right. I have some videos and stuff on how to do that. But I think I'll leave it at that. It's worth it to me. The price is worth it to me. All right. So I'm going to move on to the next review. Again, if you want to buy this, use the Amazon links in the video description. Doesn't cost you anything more. Greatly helps out the channel. If you thought this was useful, please give it a like. If you're down with this mouse, hey, give it a like saying I agree with Thomas. Leave a comment if you love Logitech stuff, or if you have any comments on this or other mice that you think are good. Let other people know about those. Share the love. And consider subscribing to the channel for other reviews here at Lochside Ranch. Thank you for your time. I'm going to move on to the next review. I wish you the best day. I wish you best of luck in your life and your career and your business, if you have a business. The next product that I'm going to review here at Lochside Ranch will be this turntable that I'm using for all of these videos. So if you're interested in seeing the review for that, check out the link, the video link in the description, or you can check out the playlist for Lochside Ranch Reviews, where we provide honest reviews of all these different products. Look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye. Have a great day.